Hey, Scott here, Scotty's Animals. I'm a volunteer at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, and I've been getting a lot of messages lately from people who have a bonded pair of boys who've recently, they've started fighting, or they are showing signs of aggression towards each other, and they're afraid that they're going to start fighting. And the question that they've been asking me is, should they get them neutered? And the answer is no. Let's talk about neutering guinea pigs. Let's also talk about spaying guinea pigs, when it's okay, when you shouldn't do it, and how do we look at it at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, and what's my personal opinion on it. So what people are asking is, should they get their boys neutered, and will that reduce the aggression, and will that prevent them from fighting? And really, the answer is no. Now, at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, we specialize in bonding boys. So when people have a single boy and they come into the rescue, we do play dates to pair them up with our single boys. But if you've watched my video called Guinea Pig Bonding Rules, I'll put that right here, then you know that it's only about a 20% chance that any two boys will get along. So really, it's not up to us, it's up to them to get along or not. And in most cases, they don't get along. So if you have a pair of boys that are getting along, that is really, I like to say, it's a miracle. But it does happen, it's just a numbers game. Now, if your guinea pigs start fighting, can you get them neutered, and will that reduce their aggression? No, not really. If your boys start fighting, then what you want to do is you want to separate them. Now, the reason why I've got this ever-expanding group of boys is because I've had boys that were together that started fighting, that were separated. I've had single boys that when they were younger, they got along with others, and now that they're older, they have been fighting. And I just don't have the space to, if I had a pair of boys and they started fighting and had to be separated, to then find two more friends, and then if they were to fight again, two more friends. And I care about my boys, and I don't want to necessarily give them up. So I want you to know that it is perfectly fine and okay that if you have a pair of boys that were together when they were younger, or for whatever reason started fighting, they can be perfectly happy living side by side. But we always recommend at the rescue that you give them a minimum of 8 square feet. And so that would be a 2x3 CNC cage, or the Midwest. Now, 2x3, because these grids are 14 inches, they're not a foot. So a minimum would be a 2x3 or 8 square feet. So some of the signs to look out for before your guinea pigs start fighting is tooth chattering. If you hear the tooth chattering, then that should put you on high alert. But some piggies will tooth chatter. Now, just because they are rumbling and purring and chasing each other around and doing the humping thing, that is not aggression. That is just how guinea pigs are. But if they are chattering their teeth, if they are starting to have defensive poses, if they face off and they chatter, and then they raise up and lunge at each other, then you'll see them, they'll be rolling around in this big fight. And never put your hand in between fighting guinea pigs. You could get a nasty bite, and it could get very infected. I'll put a video right here about what to do if you do get bit, because you really want to make sure to clean it out really well so that it doesn't get infected. So if you do have to separate boys, and if you do see them fighting, or any guinea pigs for that matter, you want to wrap your hand in a towel or put something in between them, not your bare hand. And if you're doing a bonding process, that's where you are trying to put two boys together. Remember, it's only a 20% chance, and you definitely want to wrap your hand or have something that you can put in between them in case of a fight. So when would you neuter a boy? Now, a lot of times at the Guinea Pig Rescue, we have some male guinea pigs that have been there for many, many months, and every time we try to put them together for a play date, they get in a fight. And at a certain point, after a long, long time, then they might be a candidate to be neutered. But I would also say that you could certainly have your boys side by side and they will do fine. You know, you can see Pipsqueak will run around and he will touch noses with all of the other piggies, but when he is with them in the same cage, and I've tried him with all of my boys, he's pretty aggressive. Now, he just kind of gets humpy and he's pretty relentless. He's just at that hormonal teenage stage, and so that's just how he is, and he just won't leave the other piggies alone. But side by side or across the grid or for a few minutes, they can play together. So if you've got a pair of boys that were fighting, you can put them down in a neutral area together, and before they start fighting, then separate them and put them back in their individual spaces. But remember, you want it to be a minimum of 8 square feet. So when should you neuter a boy guinea pig? Well, the only reason that you would neuter a boy guinea pig would be so that you could put them with a girl guinea pig. And I would make sure that if that's something that you're going to do, that you have a vet that you trust. On my website, Scotty's Animals, I've got a list of vets that have been recommended by viewers like you, and they are guinea pig savvy vets that we all trust. So I would talk with one of those vets in your area and make sure that it's something that they are comfortable doing, that they've got a very high success rate. And remember, guinea pigs, a lot of times they don't respond well to anesthesia, and they can also get infections after the surgery. So it can be a very risky surgery, especially if the guinea pigs are not young and healthy. Now let's quickly talk about spaying females. So in general, at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue, we like to pair up same-sex pairs. In nature, girls will live together in a herd with one male. And if that male's not neutered, you're going to have a lot of babies. So we try to keep the boys together and the girls together, and we try to keep them separate. But the girls can live all together in a big herd, and if you don't have any boys, then there would really be no reason to spay them. However, some people think, and I have talked with a number of guinea pig people who have a lot of girls or who've had a lot of experience with girls, and spaying them when they're young and healthy can a lot of times prevent certain types of cancers and ovarian cysts. Also, girls will sometimes display extreme aggressive behavior in a herd, and spaying them can reduce the aggression among females. Among males, no, not really. And so I reached out before I made this video to a bunch of the volunteers at the LA Guinea Pig Rescue. I reached out to Abby at Skinny Pigs One and a number of other people in the rescue community. And the consensus does seem to be that there is not much experiential evidence to show that neutering males reduces any kind of aggression towards each other. But of course, if you were to neuter a male, then they can go with the females, and then you basically have a 90 to 95% chance that any neutered male will get along with any female. So that could be an option, but you just, like I said, have to remember that it can be a risky surgery, and so you've got to have a vet that is experienced, that you trust. But the consensus does seem to be that spaying female guinea pigs can reduce the aggression that is associated with ovarian cysts or just hormonal changes, and so that might be an option for you. But just with neutering, you want to make sure that if you're spaying a female guinea pig, that they are healthy enough for the surgery. So that is something to talk with your vet about, a vet that you trust. So I'm not an expert on surgery and female guinea pigs in general. I have a house room full of boys here, and I don't have much experience taking care of females. But the Skinny Pigs One, the YouTube channel, I'll put a link right here, she does have a fair amount of experience, and she has a number of videos talking about spaying surgery. So I would really suggest that you check that out if spaying a female is something that you're considering. But also, please talk with your vet, specifically the vet that's going to perform that surgery. And as I mentioned, on my website, Scotty's Animals, I've got a list of vets all across the country and all over the world. So there may very well be a vet in your area that has been recommended to me from viewers like you. And you can also go to various message boards such as cavispirit.com, and there's a number of message boards and groups that you can join. Now, the LA Guinea Pig Rescue also just started a Facebook group, so if you go to the LA Guinea Pig Rescue website, laguineapigrescue.com, then there will be a little pop-up that will ask you if you want to join that group. So check that out on Facebook, and also subscribe to the newsletter so that you can get the latest information about the rescue. I hope this video helped explain a little bit about when you should or shouldn't neuter or spay, and a little bit more about that. And I hope that you got some helpful links as far as my website. And also on my website, besides vets, there is a free guinea pig care guide that covers everything from harmonious pairs, which is where you'll find my bonding rules video, also a little bit about taming, diet, and so much more. So I would really encourage you to check out the free guinea pig care guide, and there's a contact form so you can also drop me a message, and it goes right to my email. So I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, thanks for watching.